Hi everybody. So in this video, I'm going to show you how we can calculate with numbers in standard form. So we'll work through example 1 and example 2, and then we'll try some exam style questions. And if you want to work along with me, I'll leave a link to this PDF below. Okay, so for example 1, we've been asked to work out each of these calculations. And we're going to use a non-calculator method involving the rules of indices. So for example A, we've got 4 times 10 to the 3 multiplied by 2 times 10 to the 5. And because this all involves a multiplication, we don't need to include these brackets. So to work this out, I'm going to multiply the 4 and the 2. This will give us 8. Then we've got the 10 to the 3 multiplied by 10 to the 5. And you can notice that we've got the same base, the base of 10. So because the base is the same, we can just add these two powers together. So we've got 8 times 10 to the power of the 3 plus the 5, which will give us 8 times 10 to the 8. Okay? And for question B, we've got 4 times 10 to the 6 squared. And because we're squaring it, we just multiply it by itself. Again, we can just multiply the two numbers together. So the 4 times the 4 will give us 16. Then we've got 10 to the 6 multiplied by 10 to the 6. And because the bases are the same and we're multiplying them together, we can just add these two powers. So we've got 16 times 10 to the 12, the 6 add the 6. But this isn't in standard form. For standard form, this has to be a number between 1 and 10. So we need to divide the 16 by 10. This will give us the 1.6. And to keep this balance, we need to do the opposite of dividing by 10 to this side. So we'll multiply this by 10. Then we've got the 10 to the 12 multiplied by 10 to the power of 1. And again, using the rule of indices, we can just add these two powers together. So this will give us 1.6 times 10 to the 13. Okay? For question C, when we have a division, it's always a good idea to write it as a fraction. So we've got 6 times 10 to the 5 divided by 2 times 10 to the 7. So now you can see we've got 6 divided by 2, which will give us 3, multiplied by 10 to the 5 divided by 10 to the 7. And again, using the rules of indices, because the bases are the same, we can just subtract the 7 from the 5. So this will give us 3 times 10 to the power of negative 2. So do you want to try question D for yourself? Okay, so let's go through it. We've got the 7.5 times 10 to the negative 4 divided by 2.5 times 10 to the 3. What do you think we can do now? So now we'll divide by 7.5 by 2.5, and this will give us 3. And then, using the rules of indices, because it's a division and the bases are the same, we'll subtract this 3 from a negative 4. So we'll have times 10 to the negative 4 take away 3, which will give us 3 times 10 to the power of negative 7. So this is how you work them out without a calculator. In example 2, we're going to look at using a calculator. I'll enter the fraction. We've got 2.58, and then we can use this button, 10 to the space on the bottom row, and then we can enter the power of 8, multiplied by 4.15 times 10 to the power of negative 2, all divided by 1.8 times 10 to the power of negative 2. Then we'll press the exit button. Then we can convert this to standard form by pressing settings. We want calculator settings, so we'll go across. Then we want number format. We want scientific form. And we can enter the accuracy that we want. I'm going to choose to 4 decimal places, which is this option. And then we'll press all clear. We'll execute that again, and we get 5.9483 times 10 to the power of 8. Okay? And then to set our calculator back to normal, we'll choose settings, calculator settings, number format, we'll choose normal, and then we'll choose normal 2. And we'll all clear that. And you can see it's gone back to normal. Okay, let's try the exam style question. So the first question is non-calculator. We've been given this value of A and this value of B. We've been asked to work out A times B. So do you want to try this question yourself? You can pause the video and then we'll go through the solution. We've got A, 4.6 times 10 to the power of negative 25 multiplied by 3 times 10 to the power of 148. Is we can work out 4.6 times 3. Then we can use the multiplication rule of indices to multiply these together. So they multiply by 10 to the power of negative 25 plus the 148, which will give us 13.8 times 10 to the 123. But we've been asked for standard form, and this isn't in standard form because our decimal isn't between 1 and 10. So we need to divide this by 10, which means we need to increase our power by 1. So we'll get 1.38 times 10 to the power of 124. Okay? Let's try a calculator question. So in this question, we're being told that the number of heartbeats in a human lifetime is 3.2 times 10 to the 9, and the number of heartbeats in a cat's lifetime is 9 times 10 to the 8. We're told that the number of heartbeats in a human lifetime is K multiplied by the number of heartbeats in a cat's lifetime. We've been asked to work out the value of K to 1 decimal place. So do you want to try this question yourself? You can pause the video and come back when you're ready. So if we use what we're given, K times the number of heartbeats in a cat's lifetime, so K multiplied by 9.5 times 10 to the 8 is equal to the number of heartbeats in a human lifetime, 3.2 times 10 to the 9. That's this one here. We can work out the value of K by dividing both sides by 9.5 times 10 to the 8. These two will cancel, so K will be 3.2 times 10 to the 9 divided by 9.5 times 10 to the 8. We can work this out, and we get over 9.5 times 10 to the 8. Convert that to a decimal, 3.368. And we were asked to work out the 1 decimal place, so K will be equal to 3.4 to 1 dp. Okay? Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did find that helpful, please like and subscribe, and you can download the full lesson and a PDF that accompanies this video from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link below.